just recently, All-Star games took place. Team LeBron was able to come away with the victory, winning 170 to 150 over Team Durant. Surprisingly, LeBron didn't do much, even though they won by 20 points. LeBron came away with 4 points. Giannis had a game high of 35 points, also taking home the MVP trophy honors. But the talk of the game was really Steph and Dame, with these half-court shots coming back to back. So, throughout the week, we had a little chatter just talking about, if you had one shot to take home the championship, who would you rather take that shot between Damian Lillard and Steph Curry?
All right, I'll take this one first, right? I think that I think there's no question, right? When we argue who's the greatest shooter of all time, is Steph Curry, right? But when you're talking about taking that last shot at the end of the game, I'm still looking at Damian Lillard. I'm looking at Kevin Durant, players like that, because it's a difference between being the best shooter of all time and in that moment being clutch, right? And we have a history of seeing Damian Lillard, what he's done in the crunch time. I literally saw a video on Twitter the other day. I didn't watch it. But it was a video on Twitter where it was like Damian Lillard has a clutch shot against all the other 29 teams in the league. Like whether it's been in the playoffs or not, like he has a clutch shot against every team in the league besides the Portland Trailblazers. Like that's crazy to me. And when I look at Steph, he's had some troubles in the biggest moments. I'll always go back to 2016 when they blew that 3-1 lead in Game 7. It wasn't Steph Curry that carried the Warriors. It was Draymond Green who had 32 points and 15 rebounds while Steph Curry was scoring 14 points and couldn't shake Kevin Love. So, Steph Curry has definitely been shaky in those moments, and we've seen Damian Lillard kind of rise to the occasion in those same moments that Steph Curry has been shaky in. So, greatest shooter of all time, I'm giving that to Steph Curry. But if it's one shot to take me to the next round or to win a game, Dame time.
I'm a second that. Hey, it's that time, man. As a Houston Rockets fan, Damian Lillard rookie season, he sent us home, like rookie Dame. And then 2 years ago, he sent Paul George and Russ home. He has 2 game-clinching threes. That man is known for sending people home. Like he's to me, he's the most clutch player in the league. Like it ain't no question. We already know Steph is Steph. He does his shimmy. He shoots 3 to turn around. But Dame is that man. He sent people home. He's the reason why Paul George is in LA with Kawhi. He's the reason why Rush is in DC with Bradley Beal. He breaks up teams. He sends people home, and that's what he does, man. Dame time. It's easy.
You guys are talking like Steph Curry's not a 2-time 3-point champion and a 3-time
even a 3-point shootout
champion. You guys are disrespectful. You guys act like he haven't hit clutch shots before.
Rob, how many MVPs he got in the finals? How many MVPs he got in the finals?
Don't has any. But Dame hasn't even made it to the finals. He hasn't even played in the big moment yet. Like, come on. They both averaging 30. But Steph is shooting way better. Not just from the 3-point line, but from the field in general. Like, come on. I can't believe this, man. Steph is shooting 48% from the field and 41% from the 3-point line. Yeah, Dame had clutch shot. You want to talk about the half-court shot? Yeah, Dame been doing that recently, but Steph was out last season. But Steph mastered that shot. He started doing that. Dame wasn't doing that before Steph.
What I will say to your point is that anytime, specifically in the playoffs, that Steph has went against Damian Lillard, Steph has always dominated that matchup. And of course, you could say that the rosters have been better, but even when KD went out, they still swept. They swept the Portland Trailblazers in the conference finals without KD. When Steph was just going crazy, it was a game in the first half he had 0 points and scored 33 in the second half, like against Dame. And a couple of those games, the Trailblazers had 15-point leads at halftime. So, I do think Dame is the clutcher player. But, I mean, you do have a point, Roderick, when you're talking about, I would say Steph's kind of just one-on-one against Dame in the game. Steph has always dominated him. But when we talk about clutch is not just about making these clutch shots at the end of the game. What about Dame in the bubble last year when he literally was fighting for playoff seeding, where they had to go 6-2 in those 8 games, and he put the team literally on his back? Is that not clutch? Do we not define that as clutch? Clutch isn't always hit a shot with 5 seconds left. Clutch is I got to win 6 out of the next 8 games just to get my team in the tournament. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to average 40. You know, that's clutch as well. So we've seen these performances time and time again from Damian Lillard. And I think that Steph has had the talent around him, the infrastructure to carry him to these championships. But I can't really just remember one moment where I said, well, oh, damn, Steph did that. Steph is the reason that they did that.
Okay, you're talking about the bubble, though. You're talking about the bubble now. We can talk about the bubble. Dame did his thing, but Steph was in the bubble. Right now, they're both in the same season right now. Think about it. No Clay.
But you're bringing up those numbers that Steph is shooting, but those aren't even some of Steph's best numbers. I think if you look at his three-point percentage this year, it's one of the lowest of his career. So those stats aren't a good argument to make saying that Steph is better than Dame because he's not even shooting the numbers that he's accustomed to shooting.
But we're talking about right now, this season.
Portland's hard. Is it Portland hard in Golden State right now? And CJ McCullough's been hurt. No Nurkic. It's been Dame. It's been the Simons, Rodney Hood. Come on, dog.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Dame by himself. Let's be real. It's just Dame by himself.
Talk to him.
You have to act like Melo hasn't been putting up numbers. You're not going to
come on, bro. He's Carmelo Anthony. He ain't the best Melo in the league no more. He ain't the best Melo in the league no more, dog. Come on, man.
So Melo hasn't been balling this year?
No, he has one game. He has one good game every 5 games. It's Dame time, bro. If you put Dame in Golden State when they was winning the championship, he'll have 3 championships too, and he have a Finals MVP. I promise you.
Listen,
so you're telling Melo hasn't been balling though?
No,
let's not go.
But let me ask you a question real quick. Before the All-Star break, who was in the MVP discussion? Stephen Curry or Damian Lillard?
Steph was in there. Dame was in there too. They were both in there.
Steph. I've not heard anybody mention Steph in the MVP.
It was definitely Dame.
I watch ESPN and Fox Sports. Who you be watching?
Steph was in there.
Watching TV.
Okay. I was like, okay. I was like, I ain't heard nobody mention Steph in the MVP conversation. While literally, like Trey talked about it. I mean, without CJ McCollum for most of the season, without Nurkic, the Portland Trailblazers haven't fallen off at all. If anything, they've improved on their record last year because I think they finished the season under 500 last year, if I'm not mistaken. So
they still got a better overall team.
He's elevated. It doesn't matter. He's not playing with the talent he's accustomed to, and he's elevated them to a top 4 to 5 seed. And what he's doing, he deserves the MVP. And I think that what we've seen really was crazy from Damian Lillard, which you can't say a lot about superstars, is I think Damian Lillard has gotten better each year of his career. And that's not a knock on Steph because Steph has already reached the pinnacle. I mean, unanimous MVP. But how many superstars do we see in their 8th, 9th year still getting better? Damian Lillard is getting better each year. He's better than he was in the bubble. He's better than he was last year. You know, the story on The Athletic came about all the family transgressions he's dealing with, and he just looks locked in. He's in a different mode. And, I mean, he's playing different this year. And so he's getting better. And, I mean, honestly, it just comes down to I'm taking him for the last shot. Is Steph a better shooter? Yes. Is Dame more clutch? Yes. Two things can be true.
I don't necessarily say Steph a better shooter, man.
Real quick.
No, Steph definitely a better shooter. We saw that in the 3-point contest.
What are you talking about?
Steph had rounds, not the whole thing. Steph had rounds in the 3-point contest that were more entertaining than the whole dunk contest. I mean, come on now. Steph, I mean, he was going like 3 racks without missing. Money balls hitting all 5 of them. Mountain Dew balls hitting both of them. I mean, come on now. I mean, the last shot, literally the game-winning shot in the 3-point contest, the net did not move. He's a better shooter than Damian Lillard, but Damian Lillard is more clutch. I can't give you that. Come on now, the hot take a little.
No, man. Hey, I want the most clutch shooter. You had the best. You can be the best shooter. But when the game on the line, I ain't seen Steph send nobody home. Like
I said, when Steph scored that 14 points in a winner go home game 7, I could never look at him the same. I'm sorry. You know, when we talk about Draymond, he not even a scorer. Why Draymond got 32 and Steph got 14? So, you know, why Steph can't shake Kevin Love at the end of the game to get a 3 off? Why he can't shake Kevin Love? Kevin Love don't even play no more. Why Steph got the 2nd best handles in the league behind Kyrie? Why he can't shake, you know what I'm saying? That pressure got to him. We talking about being clutch.
We being real. Golden State 2 most memorable shots were Kevin Durant shots over LeBron in the finals.
I bet you Dame would never have no 14 points in the NBA Finals game 7. He had 14 in the first quarter. I bet you.
We won't know until he gets there, so we can't really.
That's a good point too.
It's not Dame. He don't kiss butt. Call everybody to be on the team now. He gonna get it out the mud. That's how
Hold on.
Dame do it.
Steph
after
got it out the
mud.
mud too, though. Steph got it out the mud too, though. At least the first one.
Man,
At least the
Jonathan,
first
real
one.
quick though. You did say a hot take that nobody stopped you on. You just said you giving Dame the MVP over Embiid and James Harden. I just want to confirm that.
No. I didn't say that. I said that the two people we were discussing, Damian Lillard was in the MVP conversation prior to the All-Star break, and Steph wasn't. That's what I'm saying. I have not picked the MVP this year at this point.
I thought you said
please stop saying James Harden MVP.
No, okay. I know Maine heard a little bit what I'm saying.
It may have sounded like that. But no, I don't have Damian Lillard as my MVP right now. Y'all kind of put me on the spot. I don't know who is my MVP right now, but it probably wouldn't be Damian Lillard, but he's in the conversation for sure.
Okay, copy. You got to clarify.
One edge I can give Dame over Steph. We all know Dame. Like y'all said, we've seen Dame be a killer. We haven't seen that out of Steph. Like we know Dame. He has that assassinate trigger to him, kind of like Kobe. Just a certain few in the NBA only have that, and we've seen that out of Damian Lillard. Curry, we haven't seen him in the situations as much, but even in those situations, we haven't seen him succeed or operate the way Dame does in those situations.
I just gotta say real quick, we just saw this on display last night. How could I forget this? So Damian Lillard hits the three to put them at 167. And then Steph runs down and jacks up this three, trying to be the hero, misses it super wide right. He comes back the next time. He's like, okay, here you go, Dame. Got it. Dame takes one step over half court, drains it, game over. Who's more clutch? Damian Lillard.
All right.
Case closed.
It's
the mic. Drop it.
Steph started that, though, to be honest with you. Dame wasn't doing that before Steph, so.
And Dame finished it.
Yeah, he can start it, but Dame is he's more accurate.
Steph is the master. Dame is the student when it comes to that half.
I said we just saw it. What we're debating. We just saw it last night. It's case closed. Case closed. Steph tried to end it. He couldn't. He had to pass it to Dame. He said, "You do this, Dame. I'm not like that." It was Dame's time.
Steph was tied for shooting them threes in the 3-point contest. That's why, you feel me?
That's why Dame dropped out of it. He said he got a rest. I got to hit the shots that matter, like the ones at the end of the game, not the 3-point.